Hello, Willikins, and welcome back to another episode. So today I wanted to share some bit of information that I think is pretty important. It has to do with adrenaline. If you don't know, adrenaline is a hormone that is produced by the adrenal glands, and it's typically in cases of stress. Like if you think of you were in a car accident and you have this adrenaline rush, as they say, so you can try to save your body. Adrenaline is very important when it comes to, that fight or flight mode when we're trying to save ourselves. It is our brain's way of saying, hey, we need to kick adrenaline in so that way we can save ourselves. It increases your blood circulation, therefore thinning out your blood. For instance, if you were to, let's say you're chopping up a carrot and the knife slips, the worst thing you can do is freak out, because then your adrenaline can kick in and then you'll be bleeding more because your blood is thinned. So that is why they say it's best to just breathe through it. You're going to be okay. Everything is fine, because when you amp up and freak out and have that fear, your blood thins out and therefore you'd be really losing a lot more blood. So it's even more freaking out. So it's a bad cycle to be in. Why am I talking about adrenaline? Well, it's because there is a lot of people that are adrenaline junkies. They seek adrenaline rushes because it's that adventure, excitement, living on the edge, as they say. But it's actually really bad for you. When we're constantly dipping into our adrenaline or our adrenal glands, it's really not good to do. We have this supply, but if we keep using it, the next time that we are in a fight or flight kind of situation, and we have adrenaline because it's been used up so much, we're going to have a hard time saving ourselves in those situations. So it's very important to find the balance. And there are ways that you can deplete your adrenaline, one of which is fasting. Everybody talks about how good it is to detoxify the body by fasting. Well, what you're actually doing is dipping into your adrenaline, your adrenal gland that stores that adrenaline, which is not good. But it gives you that feeling of, I can do this, that excitement that everybody is like, yeah, this really works. Really, you are putting your health at risk. I know I talked a little bit about fasting. This also correlates with coffee as well. Coffee I know it's a pretty big controversial topic. Some people say it's good for you, some people say it's bad for you, but from the research that I have done and just even my own personal experience, it is not something we want to be consuming. Here's why. The caffeine, as we know, makes you stay awake, alert, just like adrenaline does. Every time you consume coffee, your adrenal glands are producing that stress hormone. With constant caffeine intake, your adrenal glands are overproducing the hormone, causing adrenal fatigue. That's why after, you drink coffee and later in the day you start to get sleepy, it's because your adrenal glands had to overproduce. And that's stressing them out. Therefore, that's why the stress hormone is present, because you're putting stress on those adrenal glands, making you tired, making you want to take a nap. because you just overdid it. The same goes for energy drinks that they pull on the adrenal glands. They give you that same kind of effect of the adrenaline. Caffeine is really not good for your adrenal glands. Like I said in the beginning, we need those adrenal glands for those fight or flight situations, right? So that way our body can try to save itself. That's why it's installed into all of us. But if we're pulling on that constantly by, drinking the caffeine, the coffee, the energy drinks, fasting, and constantly just hammering away at our adrenal glands to give us those adrenaline rushes, is putting a lot of pressure on that, and therefore decreasing the adrenaline that we would have if we are in those situations where, let's say you're in a car accident. You can't pull on those adrenal glands because you stress them out too much. Some ways that we can help our adrenal glands is, one, let's not do the caffeine, the coffees, the energy drinks. I know it's hard because you get addicted to that stuff. I get it. But it's really not helping your health. That would be the biggest thing to stop. The next thing is, if you are a type of person that does like to fast, it is not good for your body. So I would not recommend doing that. The other thing that is important is to reduce stress and anxiety triggers, because those can also lead to adrenaline rushes. Go outside. Nature is a wonderful healer. If you just, take a walk in nature and listen to the birds and the water rushing, or just even getting sunshine on your skin, looking at the trees and the ground, the dirt, and watching you walk down a path in the woods definitely helps, because we are, calming ourselves. We're coming down from that rush. Gentle exercise, like what I'm just explaining, walking in nature, and not running, because that's just gonna dip into those adrenal glands and, again, adrenaline rush. So very gentle exercise, light stretches, walking just for a little bit of time. When we overdo it, that is also dipping into the adrenal glands, and so it's not good. Saunas also are a adrenal gland sucker. Sorry, I know I was trying to go into how we can solve the adrenal gland, kind of rebuild it, but there are so many different factors that can take from our adrenal glands and provide that adrenaline rush. Saunas are also another one of them, because our brain is like, okay, we are very, very warm. A lot of people say saunas are really good. Get that energy, but it's not. You are dipping into your adrenaline, your adrenal glands. Polar plunges, same thing. It's the opposite of, a sauna. So again, you're dipping into those adrenal glands, that adrenaline rush, because your body is like, okay, we need to save ourselves. We're getting way too cold. Or, in the sauna, we're getting way too hot. Your brain sends messages like, okay, we need to start producing this adrenaline because we gotta save ourselves. So we have to be very careful what we're doing. It may feel good in that moment, but it's not helping your health. Gentle exercise, walking out in nature. Nature is a big healer. It will help you. Reducing the amount of stress, anxiety triggers that are in your life can also help. Getting really good amounts of sleep in the night can also help. Of course, another thing that we can do to help our adrenal glands is by eating healthier. So that means, your fruits, your leafy greens, your veggies. Now, we want to make sure that we're having really good berries. It balances our bodies out. Ginger helps fight the inflammation from that stress hormone. That's really good. I think that is everything I wanted to talk about today. This is something that took me quite a bit of time to understand and grasp, kind of, because, we've been told so much that coffee can be good for you if you have certain amounts, and saunas are good for you, and water plunges are good for you, and, all these things that and sometimes even health experts say this kind of stuff. Maybe we should be looking at who's paying them to say this. Is it a coffee industry because they want you to be addicted to the coffee, so that way making money off of people because they're addicted to the coffee? Or, gym memberships, because a lot of them have saunas at the gym, getting your money. It's unfortunate that we have all these money schemes out there. This is my public service announcement, if you will, to try to help those of you that have been misguided, like I have. And I will admit it, I was misguided by all of the information because I bought into, okay, maybe this is good for you and, all that stuff. But from the research that I have done, researching the adrenal gland and how adrenaline works and how you get adrenaline rushes from different things, this is what I've come up with. It's really not good for your body to be sucking your adrenal glands of that adrenaline, because we don't need to be in fight or flight mode all of the time. That we should be using that sparingly, for events that we do need to, be like, okay, I do need your help now. Adrenaline kick in. I really thank you for watching this. I hope it has helped you in some kind of a way. And if it has, please give me a thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. And if you haven't already, the little notification bell so you can stay notified every time I post a video, and also so that way you stay subscribed. Thank you again, and I will see you next time.